friends, welcome to Canadian Cutting Edge, and this is probably going to be my last Fixed Blade Friday for the year for 2025. Hopefully I'll have some other reviews out as well, but as the year comes to an end, my wife's last day at work is tomorrow. That's Friday, when this video should come out. I hope it'll come out on Friday. The 19th is it? Whatever. And then we've got Christmas, and then my wife and I have our anniversary, 37 years? 38th anniversary? 37th anniversary. I'm a man. Yeah, I know what day it is. The 30th of November, December. Easy to remember between Christmas and New Year. So it's a busy time of year for me, and family comes first for me. So I might not be making much for content. By the way, those of you who've been following me on social media, I no longer have an Instagram account. I no longer have a Facebook account. The only thing I do is YouTube, and that's it. But if you want to email me, CanadianCuttingEdge@gmail.com, I read all the emails and I respond to them all, and I read all the comments and I respond to them all. As long as they get published by YouTube. Some don't get automatically published and I have to manually go back and look at them. Those take longer for me to respond to. But what am I yapping on about today? We're looking at this knife. This is the Drop Bear Fixed. It's the small, tiny little fixed blade by Kizer. It's an AZO design. This one is the Christmas special. I got it from White Mountain Knives for free, but that's because I bought a number of knives. So I didn't get this as a reviewer. I didn't get this from Kizer, although I didn't pay for it. You know, it came the same way anybody could get them, and I think they still have it at White Mountain Knives. You spend 159 US bucks and you'll get one of these. $159 on Kizer products, and you can get one of these. They've got other brands with other specials on as well. Just go to their website and take a look at the main banner. They've got like 4 or 5 different Christmas specials going on. So this could be yours. Now this knife comes, I think, in 4 different steels. This budget one is D2. You can get it in 14C28N, which is the most popular stainless steel choice, S45VN, M390. So those are the different ways. Solid carbon fiber, micarta, this newer product called, where did I write it down? Norplex Ultex? Is that what? Ultra X, Norplex Ultra X, handle material. So a number of different ways. This is G10 and D2, so it's the most budget way of getting it. And the sheath is plastic, probably ABS, I'm not sure exactly what it is. And I want to tell you what I think of this knife, so stick around for the review coming to you right now. All right, here, take a look at this knife. Yeah, this is the, Christmas special version. And by the way, if you want to buy these, you can get them in Canada or in the United States, White Mountain Knives, or directly from Kizer. There's Halloween ones left, and the best place for the best price in Canada to get the Halloween ones is House of Knives. They've got the best price. They got 2 of the Halloween versions left in stock. Other than that, I'll give you the prices a little bit later on. And by the way, if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, please consider doing that. That would really help me out. I do not get paid. As you've noticed, there shouldn't be much for ads on these videos because I don't have my channel monetized. I used to. I don't have my channels monetized because I'm not allowed to make any money while I'm on my disability pension. So, yeah. So there's that. But having YouTube subscribers does help me get some credibility with knife manufacturers for them to send me product to review. So if you want to really help out the channel, simply subscribing is easy. Way over, 89% of my viewers have not subscribed. So if you've not subscribed, please consider doing that. I would appreciate it very much. Now this knife, this is the budget version, and yeah, it's an AZO design. We've got a little Merry Xmas right there. And then on this side, we got a snowflake. So it doesn't even say Kizer anywhere on this knife, which I'm surprised, but it does say it right there on the plastic sheath. And as the light hits it just right, you can read that. ABS, it's a pancake style. We've got a type of a Tech Lock-ish kind of clip. It's a narrow clip. For this knife, I took it off and I used it, and I just used the pocket clips like the Alti clip. I preferred carrying it that way than this way. It just sits too high up. And or even I just carried it without any clip at all and just dropped it in my pocket. And when I wanted to pull it out, I pulled it out. I did carry it scout carry for a while. Now these holes, they match up in size here, so I could carry it way back here, or you can put the clip on, but it's, you know, it's just not gonna. So you have to put the clip way over here, and that just doesn't quite work. So you could do it scout carry, but depending on how your belt is and stuff, it might be a little saggy, you know, pulling down, you know, with gravity and stuff. But other than that, it's, you know, right and left friendly. It says Kizer just like this on the other side, so you can put it either way, no problem at all. And the clipping in there is nice. It's not loose, it's not noisy. And if you just grab the handle and push off right there, not a problem at all. I'm not sure what that hole's for, but you can use that to tie off. It does come with, you know, what is it, 12 inches, 15 inches, whatever, of black paracord that you can tie off back here. Yeah, no, I tend not to use lanyards for these little kind of knives. Bigger knives where I want them wrapped around my hand and stuff, yeah. But this little guy's not usually. What do they call this finish on here? They're calling it sunset metal PVD coating. So yeah, it looks pretty good. It's quite durable. I've not cut an extreme amount of stuff with this, but I have done testing with this. And yeah, it's a durable PVD coating, and it's nice for that. We got a drop point blade, bit of a swedge over here, and then a belly. So it's sort of like a spear point kind of tip looking thing. And then we've got a forward choil here, and it's got jimping in it. And you've probably noticed this long strip of jimping along the spine, and then just a little bit of jimping up there. And that's very helpful. You can put your finger up here, and you can do some delicate cutting this way. Your thumb across here, so if you need to push hard, that works just fine. You've got the nice texture for that. And this little jimping here helps, you know, keep my finger safe, stop it from, you know, sliding up over. G10's thin, and, you know, same PVD coating on the hardware, decent sized lanyard hole, chamfered edges, which help round everything off. So no sharp edges in the hand. Thin, fairly light knife, and I'll go over all the measurements and weights a little bit later. What I've not done is I haven't taken this apart. Well, that's a T6. Where's my T8 driver? That's another T6. Here's a T8. Let's take these off if there's not thread locker in there. Oh, there you go. It's coming off. And yeah, there's a tiny bit of thread locker in there. I don't know if it'll focus on my hand. You can see that or not. And let's do this one. Now, it did feel like it was trying to free spin, but I had just enough pressure on my finger back here to stop it from spinning. But we'll know for sure in just a minute. There we go. So there's a little bit of skeletonizing there. And nope, it wasn't free spinning. So I felt it move a little bit, but it wasn't going to move far because we've got a D-shaped pin and D-shaped holes. And yeah, there's no way, yeah, they move a little bit. If you can see that, if that's focused right there, they move a bit, but you know, they don't free spin. So that's kind of nice. And let me grab just a little bit of my shop towel here so I don't get my hands all full of oil. I'm just going to wipe that oil off. A little bit of skeletonizing there, not a problem. And when I took the handle scales off, you probably noticed something else. These fell out. So we've got tweezers here, and there was a little toothpick-like thing. Where did that fall off to? There it is. And to me, this is gimmick. It just is. It's just gimmick. The tweezers especially, you know, they're rounded. They don't have any crisp edges. There's not a lot of tension there for them to squeeze. This toothpicky thing can come in a little bit handy. This can come in a little bit handy too, the tweezers, but not an awful lot. I just don't have much use for that. Some other people might. Your mileage may vary. So yeah, decent. Like I said, this is D2 steel. 14C28N is better, but when it's free, you're not picky. And D2 is pretty good. And for a fixed blade knife, I really don't mind. It's not a big deal. So let me put this back together, and I'll do most of this probably off camera just to save, 37 seconds or whatever that you have to just watch through. So I'll be right back. All right, and these tools, they go in back here. Focus up here. There you go. There's the hole back there. They go in, and they can go on either side. So if you rearrange them, you do it the way you want to do it. I just do it with the fold at the top folding in, because if you have it folding out like that, then you've got an edge that's sticking out. It's easier to remove them, but at the same time, it's easier for them to get removed when you don't want them removed. So that's why I fold them in. So there's that. Let's do the weights and measures for all of this stuff right here. The weight of the knife, 71 grams, 2.5 ounces. The sheath, the way it is here without the lanyard, 62 grams, 2.2 ounces. Together, 133 grams, 4.7 ounces. Not bad. The sharpness from the factory. This is my first little con. It wasn't terribly well sharpened. I got an average score of about 250 best. 245 was my best measurement. I did have one measurement that was just, 360 something at one spot, but I didn't put that into my average. So, I just took the I took 4 measurements, and that one odd one, I just thought something was wrong with the measuring. So I took the 3 numbers that were relatively close. And yeah, I wish it was sharper from the factory. Not terrible. It can be sharpened. I know how to sharpen knives. If you don't know how to sharpen knives, that's a skill that you want to put on your resolution list. I don't really endorse resolutions, but you do want to learn how to sharpen knives. And you can get pretty good at it with some decent equipment. Watch my videos on sharpening if you want to, and sharpening systems if you want some help with that. So not as sharp as I like from the factory. The length of the sharp edge is 57.7 millimeters. That's 2.27 inches. I got to move my list closer because I can't quite see. My eyesight's getting worse and worse all the time. The length of the blade, so tip of the blade to the G10 right there, that is 64.8 millimeters, 2.25 inches. The blade depth this way, 27.1 millimeters, 1.07 inches. The thickness of the blade, 2.91 millimeters. That's 0.1145, so just a bit under 1/8 of an inch. The thickness behind the grind, that was another con on this knife, and it's too bad. The thickness here, 0.65 millimeters, 25.5 thou thick behind the edge. So that's where the PVD coating starts on either side. You measure that thickness with my Mitutoyo vernier calipers. I've measured that in several places, and that's basically the measurement, 25.5 thou. On a big heavy-duty chopping kind of knife, yeah, that's a decent thickness. But on a little EDC fixed blade, or even a hunting fixed blade, I want it thinner so I can do a lot of the delicate work of whatever I need done, be that in a hunting scenario or an EDC scenario. It's not a chopper. It's not going to take impact banging into stuff, or at least very, very unlikely. It doesn't need a thick, robust steel behind the edge. It could be really thin, and I really wish that was. I'd like to hear AZO's take on that, how thick he would like to have it behind the grind, as he designed the thing. Back to the rest of the measurements. The handle length, so between my thumbnails, 87.3 millimeters, which is 3.44 inches. The thickness of the handle, not on the screws because that's a bit thicker, but on the G10, the main thickness here, 8.8 millimeters, 0.346, so just over 1/3 of an inch thick. The handle depth within the grip area, the widest part that your grip is holding onto right here is 24.1 millimeters. That's 0.949, so just under an inch this way. The grip area on the main part of the handle, it's right around 7 centimeters or 2 3/4 inches. If you count the forward choil, you're gripping it this way, you got a fair bit more. You've got 8.5 centimeters or about 3 1/3 inches. Total length of this thing, 152 millimeters, 5.98 inches. So 6 inches total basically, and it's decent. I didn't talk about the balance point yet. It's right there where your index finger grips. So that's nice, or if you're up here, then it's, you know, back to your middle finger. It's a decent little knife. I don't mind the plastic sheath. I don't even mind all the decoration, the snowflakes and stuff. No big deal. That'll probably scrape off over time. That's an applied paint of some kind. And it's going to wear off and it's going to start looking funny, but I don't mind. At least the PVD coating's pretty good. On the whole, I like it. There's a whole drop bear range. There's, you know, longer knives. There's folding knife versions. So if you like the general style of the thing, you know, check out the other drop bear knives. This one's the smallest fixed blade. I guess it's the smallest knife. I really like the jimping. I'm so glad they put that extra little bit right there. I would have been happiest if they took that jimping and just put it all the way up to there, like this space between. If we focus here. If that jimping just went all the way across right there, that would be nice. I'd like that. And if this jimping here would come back to this index finger choil as well, I'd like that more. I like the extra grip. It's just grip is better, especially if your hands are cold. Like we've had cold here already, you know, minus 30 Celsius. That's pretty cold. What's that, minus 20 Fahrenheit, something like that? We're going to get colder yet. And I, you know, wouldn't be holding my knife outside very long at all in bare hands because my hands can't handle it. Anyhow, the pros, it's small, it's light, it's easy to use. You can put other hardware on here for different type of carry. It's good for pocket carry. It's good for belt carry. It's just a scout carry. It's a nice small knife that is very functional and quite user-friendly, and that makes me happy. The cons, it's a little too thick behind the edge. Okay, I'm back. I was talking about the cons on this thing. It needs to be thicker behind the edge, thinner behind the edge. It's too thick behind that edge. And the sharpening of it, yeah, so it didn't get sharpened terribly great at the factory. It's okay, and I can sharpen it a whole lot better. D2 is not that hard to sharpen if you've got a decent sharpening system, and once you've got, you know, decent skills. It can be difficult for some people when they're first learning how to sharpen knives, but it needn't be. And then you've got the choices with all those different steels. If anybody else has this in other steel, I'm really curious to know how thick it is behind the grind if you've got a way of measuring it accurately. You know, just using your naked hands, you know, it feels fairly thin, but you know, it actually is 0.65 millimeters thick. Too thick. Other steels, yeah, it's great that you got options. The price goes up. How much does this thing cost? This one is $49.99 at White Mountain Knives if you just want to buy it outright. In Canada, do they have this one? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they have this one or which stores. House of Knives has got the Halloween ones for $66.60 Canadian. They've got a really good deal on the micarta and S45 VN, $54.99 right now. So the S45 is your best choice right now. But you can also get M390 and solid carbon fiber for like $202 Canadian. And they've got one of the other ones on for $92.99. Amazon's a good place to get these, especially for the S45. It's $59.99 on Amazon. I'll leave Amazon links down below to make it easy for you to get those. And the M390s, $129.99. The D2s, $37.99. 14C28N is $50.99. White Mountain Knives, you can save 10% with coupon code CCE. So that's a great way to do it. And if you're in the United States, White Mountain Knives gives you free shipping too. So Amazon's got no advantage for you there because you save 10%. So you save $5 off it if you buy it outright. 14C28N versions are $59.99 before discount. Then you've got the S45VN and the M390 ones as well, available that way. Blades Canada's got some of these as well. So House of Knives, Blades Canada in Canada. In the States, I'll leave links for White Mountain Knives and Amazon, make it easy for you to find these things. So thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. I do appreciate it a lot. If you've got one of these, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think of it. And if you're a Halloween fan, the Halloween versions are nice and cheap right now. So, for obvious reasons, Halloween's like 12 months, 11, 10, 9.5 months away, whatever it is. So thank you for stopping by. I'm not going to edit this much, so you're probably going to hear some bloopers and blunders in the middle of this video. Actually, I'm just at the end now, so you probably did hear. Especially if you're listening still now, you're one of my most loyal viewers. I appreciate you guys, especially you guys that watch to the end. I appreciate you very, very much. You make my heart warm. I don't know individually who's watching till the end, but I know there's some of you guys who do, and yeah, I really do appreciate it. Thanks to everybody who's helped me out. Had one of my viewers from Canada, just send me some cash, and thank you so very much for that, Art. I appreciate it. And other viewers like Simon in Denmark sending me some knives recently. It's been a good year. I really do appreciate doing this. Like I said before, I'm not doing this to earn money. I'm not trying to make money. And yet we still have, 18.7 thousand subscribers? And that's even when almost everybody doesn't subscribe. So I don't take it for granted. I do like doing this, and you guys make it worthwhile. So very, very happy holidays to you guys. Merry Christmas. Or if you are from another religious persuasion, whatever your holiday is that you celebrate, I hope you have a great one. I hope you are with family and loved ones and everybody is safe and sound. Those of you who are thinking about my sister, she's at home now. So she was in hospital for 1 day shy of 4 weeks. And, so that's a good thing too. And yeah, looking forward to 2026. And remember, friends, always cut towards your chum, not your thumb.